of reality, in the actual space of your life. Within 2 minutes, something will occur that will prove this to you in the most unanticipated way. Michael whispers, "Don't tell anyone. This is between you, me, and the one who sees everything." There is something sacred about being chosen, but there's something even more sacred about remaining silent while heaven works. You don't need to convince anyone. You don't need to explain. You don't need to prove your worth. Your breakthrough is not coming because of how loudly you pray, but because of how deeply you've been loved by the divine. Something is being undone right now in your favor. Something someone tried to delay is now accelerating because heaven waited for this very moment for you to see this. Michael pleads one more time. Open your heart, breathe in, be still, don't rush, don't scroll. Don't think this is another ordinary message. This is the voice of the Lord your God, my beloved child. Listen carefully if you trust in God. Type Amen. Beloved, you are not imagining it. That heaviness you've been carrying in your heart, that sudden silence between conversations, that quiet change in someone's eyes, it's real. And while you've been trying to ignore it, someone in heaven has been watching, calling, pleading with God for just one chance to tell you what you are not ready to hear. That person you love, someone you thought would stay by your side forever, is slowly walking away. Not with a slam of a door or the sting of betrayal, but with the quiet sorrow of faded love, silent distance, and emotional retreat. And from above, a spirit, gentle and protective, is trying to reach you before it's too late. They know what this silence will do to your soul. They know what your heart is pretending not to feel. That person in heaven has seen what's been whispered. Hidden away in private and words unsaid before you, they've come to shatter this secrecy. Heavenly beings are illuminating your name, repeatedly chanting it, invoking Archangel Michael to transmit this missive to you. They comprehend your immense affection, sacrifices made, and patience endured for. Someone oblivious to the self you've surrendered in an effort to keep them near. Type 222 to claim it. Your spirit has bent under their emotional weight. Your mind has realigned itself to sync with their tempo. Yet they're already drifting apart, contemplating, separating subtly. Heaven is aware of it all. You might not foresee this parting, but heaven knows its destination. That person hasn't yet vanished, but their steps are steering towards an exit they haven't confessed. And you, yes, you deserve to be informed before disruption sweeps through your calm. Listen attentively, dear one. This message isn't intended to harm you. It's designed to prepare you, fortify you, remind you of your worth before self-blame arises for someone else's choice. This person's distance isn't your penalty. It's part of your shield. You may sense their coldness, delays, hesitation, and question what you did wrong, but your spirit understands the truth. Heaven understands the truth, and this is not the end of your happiness. It's the dawning of your understanding. The deceased one who adores you boundlessly from heaven sits beside Archangel Michael now, urging you to decipher this message promptly. They wish to comfort you as you discover the truth. They want you to cease pursuing love that has already altered its course. They want you to recognize that silence speaks volumes. They want you to stop blaming your spirit for their changing heart. They want you to know that you are cherished, and this is not the end of your joy, but the commencement of your wisdom. Yet enough, more than enough. Even if they depart, even if they release, even if they disregard how long you waited when no one else did, Archangel Michael stands near you now, placing one hand on your shoulder and one sword between your spirit and the spirit of that person who is gradually vanishing. Not to strike, not to chastise, but to make room for truth, to shatter the deception, to shield you before your spirit snaps under the burden of unresolved questions. Heaven is interfering now, not to halt someone from leaving, but to assist you in enduring it because you will. You are stronger than you believe. You are loved deeper than they could ever provide. And when they depart, if they depart, you will still be safeguarded. Cherished, protected, you will not be forsaken. You are recognized. You are acknowledged. You are enough. They whispered your name in heaven once again last night, softly like a mother saying goodbye to her child who doesn't understand they're being handed over to something new. That spirit, the one who crossed but never left your side, watched you weep in silence, watched you check your phone one more time, hoping they'd say something genuine, hoping they'd feel what you're feeling, hoping they'd perceive the way you're fracturing just to maintain them whole. But they didn't, they don't, and heaven couldn't tolerate it anymore. So now this message is rushing to you like wind that cannot be disregarded. Archangel Michael declares enough. Enough of the pretending, enough of the slow anguish. Enough of you loving someone who is too preoccupied to notice what they possess. This isn't to condemn them. This isn't to embarrass them, but someone has to support you while they let go. And that someone is now from above reaching from the veil, opening their spirit just to protect yours. That loved one you lost. They see what you don't. They witnessed the precise instant when this individual's heart began to distance itself. It wasn't spectacular. It wasn't boisterous. It was in the quiet forgetfulness, the casual neglect, the repeated assurances followed by gentle absences. And the soul in heaven cried out, "Speak up, let them understand what's unfolding." Because they can't remain idle and watch your light fade to keep someone else's darkness comfortable. There's a message you need to grasp. Dear one, listen not just with ears, but with your heart, the person you are. Concerned about the one you keep trying to connect with emotionally, they are engaged in a struggle they haven't disclosed. And their silence isn't random, it's deliberate, it's strategic, it's more than mere distraction. They are planning to abandon something. And in that planning, they've unfortunately started to abandon you too. Type God is good if you love God, but you are not an accident, you are not a phase. You are not someone to be paused just because their feelings are unclear. That's why heaven is sending this message. You need to understand now before it crushes you in secret. So when the change eventually becomes permanent, you won't be shattered. You'll be prepared. You'll be calm. You'll have heaven's embrace around your name, because heaven doesn't want you destroyed. Heaven wants you cherished, fought for, pursued, adored, loved as you love, not with delay, not with hesitation, but with clarity. And the one in heaven who loved you first, the one who taught you how to bear others even when they don't express gratitude, they are shouting this now. Please, child, please open your eyes. This pain is not your fault. This distance is not your penalty. This silence is not your destiny. Michael is keeping a close eye on that person's heart now. Not to condemn, but to ensure it doesn't harm you beyond repair. You see, some people don't intentionally hurt you. They just lack the capacity to love you as you deserve. And while you've been there for them, they haven't always returned the favor. Bending to make things work, heaven has been writing new chapters in your life. A version of your story where you are not an afterthought. This is your wake-up call. But not from fear, from love. Divine, eternal, protective love. You're not alone in this heartache. You're not abandoned. You're being shielded. The truth is hard. But the truth is also where your healing begins. The one who passed away isn't gone. They're closer now than ever before. And they begged heaven to allow them this moment. Just to remind you you're still worthy. Even if they go, you're still enough. Even if they don't see it, you're still loved. Even if they've forgotten how to show it, don't run from this message, dear one. Let it wrap around your sorrow. Let it make room for your tears. Let it pull you back on your feet again. There is life beyond this heartache. There is light after this ending. There's someone still watching over you from above, and they won't rest until you are whole again. There are no coincidences when heaven begins to move. Your name has been spoken in the unseen, not just once, but over and over again by the one who left this world, but still carries your name within their spirit. They aren't gone. No, they are fully alive in a realm that sees every silent tear you try to hide, every empty space you avoid, every name you whisper before sleep, hoping the energy of love might bring them back. But dear one, something has shifted in the soul of the one you're clinging to. Can't you feel it? It's not the same anymore. The conversations seem thinner. Their presence feels like mist. You try to hold on to it, but it slips through your fingers. Your heart is loyal, but your heart isn't blind. Sky, the one who'd fight the world to see you smile. They fight now for you in ways unimaginable. Not with swords, not with fire, but with prayers, quiet pleas, and angelic appeals. They've witnessed what you haven't, heard what they shouldn't have heard. Now they try through dreams, subtle hints, signs like this message to gently guide your spirit and say, awaken before it breaks you further. You weren't born to chase someone clueless about their loss. You didn't create silence and call it love. You weren't meant for a one-sided story where you give while the other holds back. Type 1111 if you love God, Jesus. Your soul was forged in heavenly flames, strong, sacred, worthy of deep devotion. That's why this message came, because heaven isn't mute. About your pain. Heaven hears your ache and won't let you be deceived anymore. not by them or your own expectations. Listen, the one leaving slow or sudden isn't departing due to your failure. It's not your fault. And remember this truth. Their departure is a personal choice, but your healing is heaven's concern. The pain won't last forever. Confusion won't be your constant. Longing won't define you because someone above has poured all their spiritual power to shield your path, to steer your life towards peace, clarity, and sacred companionship that stays. When storms come, Archangel Michael has been guarding you for days. He's been intercepting energies intended to shatter you, blocking hurtful words and covering your name in layers of divine compassion. The one from above, your lover, your ancestor, your protector, stands by him with tears in their eyes, saying, "They don't realize they're being left out. Please help them understand." This is why you're here now reading this, because something significant is happening behind the scenes, and you are being awakened not to fear, but to freedom. The person who is distancing themselves may not comprehend the harm they're causing. Or maybe they do, and that's what hurts even more. But their actions don't determine your future. Their silence doesn't diminish your worth. Their absence doesn't change heaven's promises over your life. Heaven still has plans for you, miracles that persist, people who stay, love that remains steadfast. The one who passed away, they remember everything about you. The way you cared too much, the way you waited longer than necessary, the way you cried quietly so no one would worry. And they are here now through this message, holding your heart in their hands, urging you with divine insistence. Please don't lose yourself for someone who is not ready to love you back. You don't have to keep hurting just to stay close. Let go and trust God, because something new is coming. Someone new is being prepared. Someone who will not deceive you. Someone who will not hesitate. Someone who will praise your name with honor and cherish your soul with respect. But that new cannot arrive until you release what no longer holds you truthfully. The space in your life must be cleared, not out of fear, but out of faith. Michael is standing by you now, not just as a messenger, but as a guardian. And the one from heaven is overseeing this moment, whispering, "You're stronger than you think. You're more loved than you know, and you are not alone in this letting go." So breathe, dear one. Heaven sees you. Heaven speaks to you, and heaven prepares something remarkable for you, bigger than what you've been accepting. There is a sound that resonates in the unseen realm. When a heart like yours starts to crack silently, it's not a loud shout. It's not disorder. It's that quiet kind of pain that heaven hears louder than thunder. And dear one, they've noticed you. The one you adore, the one who possesses an unusual influence over your happiness, is gradually fading from the core of your life. And you've been self-blaming unawares, carrying a burden that wasn't yours to shoulder initially. That's why a voice from beyond this world has been trying to reach out to you. The voice of someone you once lost, but who never truly lost you. They understand the pattern. They've witnessed the cycle. They saw you shrink just to be kept, whisper quieter to avoid conflicts, more forgiving than any human ought to be asked to be. They observed as the person you love stopped looking at you with clarity and started glancing past your spirit like you were commonplace. But you are not common. You are a divine blueprint fashioned with heaven's gold. And the one who departed this world carrying your love into eternity will not let you stay ensnared in the false conviction that this distance is your fault, that it is your task to persuade someone to love you right. Type 777 if you believe in God, Jesus.